Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to build a professional looking blog website in WordPress. So WordPress is already the best blogging platform on the market, but on top of that, I'm going to show you a tool that will make designing your website a breeze. So you can use pre-made sections like this one here with a lovely zoom in effect when you hover on top, or this one perhaps, or even this one that you can use as your hero section. But don't worry, you can choose among 70 plus different layouts. I mean, look at all these professional ready-made sections here. And if you want to save even more time, you can also import complete pages using their starter layout. Now let me show you one of them. I mean, look at this guys, how beautiful those pages are. And again, it will only require a few clicks to get them up and running. Very good, so for this tutorial, we're going to cover all the steps one by one. So first, hosting and domain name registration, then we'll install WordPress and our main plugin, the post grid. We'll then customize everything top to bottom, and finally, I'll show you how to get more engagement, more sales, and generate revenue from your blog using another amazing tool called Omnisend. So make sure to stick till the end. Okay, let's get started.
Okay guys, so the very first step is to take care of our hosting and domain name registration. So for this, simply click on the very first link in the description below where it says get hosting here. Now it's important that you use that link because it will bring you to a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger, which will give you access to 75% discount. And if you use the coupon code MrWeb at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% discount on top. So simply click on this link here. And this is going to bring you to this page. And again, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger. So special prices, obviously, no special discount. If you scroll down the page, you'll find different plans. So as you can see, start from only $2.99 per month. Next one up is $3.99. And then the cloud startup is $9.99. So what's the difference between those three? Well, basically is the performances and the speed. So as you can see, this one is standard performance, this one is up to 5 times faster, and this one up to 10 times faster. So now it depends on the amount of resources that you need. If you're only running one website, this one is absolutely fine. Now, if you're running multiple websites and also maybe e-commerce website, you might want to consider either this one or this one, depending on the amount of traffic and visitors that you're expecting every month. And also with Hostinger, you get a lot of free stuff. You know, you get free SSL certificate, free email, and also a free domain name. These options normally are paid with most web hosting companies, so in this case you get those for free as well. And if you go for the business plan here, you get free CDN as well, Content Delivery Network. Now obviously they provide you with daily backup and weekly backup. As you can see, the entry level here is weekly backup, so they will back up your website once a week. If you go for the $3.99 one, you'll get a daily backup as well. So every day you have a full backup of your website. So feel free to select any of those plans. You can start with the $2.99 one and you can always upgrade to the next one up later down the line if you need more resources. So let's get started with this one here. So click on Add to Cart. And from here, you're going to select your billing cycle. So as you can see, it goes from 12 months to 48 months. Obviously, the longer your billing cycle, the more you're going to save. As you can see, it's $2.99 per month, but here you're going to save $432. Here, $216, and right here, $108. So what does that mean exactly? Well, basically, if you lock in your price at $2.99 for a year, after that, you will renew at $9.99. If you select 24 months, you will renew at $7.99, and 48 months, you will renew at $6.99. So basically for 4 years, you're going to pay $2.99 per month instead of $6.99. So feel free to select any of those. So let's continue on with the 48 months deal here, okay? So we scroll down the page, you can create your account, you select your payment method, and right here, we have a quick overview of how much it's going to cost you. So as you can see here, the normal price should be $707 down to $176. So this is a massive saving, isn't it? Now I also have a coupon code for you. So here, type in MrWeb. So there you go. And as you can see, the normal price $176.53, including taxes. Now let's apply this. And as you can see, now it's only $158.88. So that means that you get to enjoy a massive discount of 78%. And then after this, proceed to checkout. And now you can log into your account. So let's do this together. So simply enter your email address and password and let's log in. So this is your Hostinger dashboard. And right here on top, as you can see, you can claim your free domain. So for this, let's click on Claim Domain. And right there, you're going to type the domain name that you want to register. So for instance, your domain name. Okay. and then select your extension. As you can see, you have .in for India, .me for personal websites, .com, this is the most popular one obviously. You also have .net, .xyz, .help, .host. So select the one that suits your type of business. So let's go ahead with .com as an example here. And then we're going to check the availability. So let's click on this. And as you can see, this one is already taken. So you might have to look for a different variation of your domain name. So in our case here, we're just going to try to register Learn with Mr. Web, okay, as a .com. So again, let's check the availability. So this one is available. So we're going to claim our domain, okay? So let's do this together. So let's claim our domain. And then by law, you have to enter your details here, obviously, you know, because you have to know who's registering the domain name. So let's click on the next step. So I'm going to fill this out very quickly. So there you go. And now finish registration. Very good. So now let's click continue. Very good. As I can see, the email verification is pending at the moment. So basically go to your mailbox and click on the link that's inside that email. So I've done that already. So now we can refresh. Very good. As you can see, now it's active and verified as well. Now we can set up our server. So we go back home here. So depending on which plan you purchase, maybe premium, business or cloud, you will see one of those sections here, okay? So when it's not set up yet, you will have a button like this one just next to it. So again, it could be premium, business or cloud. Either of those is absolutely fine, you know? So now click on setup. Now we're going to click on start now. And right here, you're going to go through a few different questions. It's like a setup wizard, basically, you know, to help you set up your hosting. So as you can see, I have a few questions here. What are you creating the website for? So you can select either of those, or you can skip altogether. I would advise that you skip this one altogether, you know. Right here, what are you going to do? Are you going to create a new website or migrate a website? Well, in our case, we're going to create a new website. So select this. So do you want to build this with AI or ourselves? Well, we're going to build this ourselves. So just skip this step altogether now. And you're going to select your domains. So normally it should show up automatically, but if you have more than one domain registered, you might click on the drop-down menu and select the one that you want to assign to this, and then click select. And now right here, you're going to select your server. So this should be normally the nearest either to you or to your target audience. So let's say if you're based in the United States, selling to people in the United States, well, you select either of those two here, but maybe you're based in the United States, maybe selling exclusively in Europe, in which case you might select one of those servers here, okay? So because we're based in Ireland here, we can select either Netherlands or maybe United Kingdom. So United Kingdom should be nearest. So let's click on this and now we click change. Very good. And now we're going to finish our setup. So as you can see, now it's taking care of everything. We can see the progress line. So now as you can see, it's installing the SSL certificate for us automatically. Very good. So we're done already. As you can see, well done. You are ready. So from here, you can either go and see your website. So we don't need that because we haven't built anything yet. So we're going to go back to our control panel. Okay, so let's click on Manage Site. There you go. And we're back to our dashboard now. So now from here, we're going to create an email address and also we're going to install WordPress on our server. So first, as you can see, it says free email. Setup is not finished. So let's click on the Manage here. Very good. So as you can see, I have paid plans as well. I would go with the free one. Absolutely no problem with this, you know. So I'll click select. So let's create our email address. So maybe info@. You're going to enter your password and then a recovery email just in case. I'm just going to put hello@mrweb.tv. Okay. And now we're going to create our new account. And there you go. As you can see, we have a new email address now and you can access it using the webmail. So if you click on this, you can open this in a new tab. So this is your email address. Enter your password as well and click login. And there you go. As you can see, this is your mailbox, basically inbox and sent and spam and archive. So basically you can access all your emails immediately from here. And now we can go back to our dashboard. Okay. So from here, we're going to install WordPress. So right here, you have website, click on this, expand. And as you can see, you have WordPress and auto installer. This is the one we need to click on. Okay. So click on auto installer. And now for this type of project, we just need WordPress. We don't need WooCommerce. WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform. We just need WordPress on its own. So what we're going to do is click on this. So select. So first, let's enter the website title. So maybe Learn with Mr. Web. Make sure the admin email is correct and then create a username and a password as well. Now we move to the next step. So right here, you can select if you want automatic updates or not. So it is advised to use this option here, update only to minor version, but that's really up to you. If you want to automatically update to the newest version, you can select this one here altogether. Again, that's really up to you, okay? And then click install. And there you go, guys. You can see this is done already. So we have everything installed, you know, Lightspeed Cache, Object Cache, SSL certificate. So now you can edit your website by clicking on this button here. So click on that, it will open up in a new tab, and this will give us access to our WordPress dashboard. Excellent, so welcome to your WordPress dashboard, and now we can start building our website exactly the way we want. So let's have a quick look in the front end. So if we hover on top of the name here, visit site, open in a new tab, this is what it looks like at the moment. So this is the default theme, the 2024 that comes with WordPress. So nothing outstanding, obviously, and nothing related to what we're looking to achieve here. But don't worry, I've got you covered. We're going to install everything together now, start to finish. Okay, so for this, we go back to the WordPress dashboard. And first, we need to install our theme. So for this, we go to Appearance, Themes. And we're going to add a new one. As you can see, by default is the 2024, so we don't want this one, so add a new theme. And right here you should normally find the one called Astra, and Astra is a very popular theme, so this is the one we're going to install. If you don't see it here in your recommended, you can always type Astra and it should be here first. Okay, so what you need to do is to hover on top and click install and then activate. Excellent. And now, as you can see, we are invited to install the starter templates. We're not going to do that because we're going to use a special plugin for our blog section, so we don't need this. Okay, so basically here all we have to do is to click on this link here. I want to build this website from scratch, so click on that. Excellent. So now let's install our main plugin, which is called the Post Grid. So there's two versions, there's a free and a pro version. The pro version is a paid version, obviously, so you can start with this one if you wanted to, and then you can always upgrade to the paid version if you need some of those features. So the Post Grid, what is it exactly? Well, let me show you here from their website. This is the most popular all-in-one Post Grid plugin for WordPress, and the whole purpose is to build professional news, magazine, food, travel, fashion, blogs, and portfolio in just a few clicks of the mouse, which is exactly what we're going to do today. Okay, so feel free to get the free version. It's readily available on the WordPress repo, so it's called the Post Grid. Okay, so that's basically the name. Or you can get the pro version. So what's the difference between the two? Well, let's click on this link here, free versus pro, and you will see all the differences. Or basically you don't have Ajax pagination, pop-up detail page, margin and padding control, masonry grid. Well, there's a lot of things missing obviously in the free version, but again, this is really up to you. So the main feature is that you get access to pre-made sections and layout, and this is exactly what we need. So let's address the price. As you can see, it's only $39 US to get access to it. So this is on a yearly basis, and you can also have it as a lifetime license. So if you click on lifetime, as you can see, it's 119 once of payment, and that's yours forever. So not a big investment, obviously, to design a beautiful and very professional blog post. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. So we go to our WordPress dashboard. Now we go to plugins, add new plugin, and in the search box, look for the Post Grid. So we're going to install the free version first. So this is the one here by Radius Themes, and then install now and activate. Very good. And now we're going to add as well the pro version. Okay, so we go back to plugins, add new plugin, upload plugin this time, choose file, and here I have the pro version. So select, open, install, and then activate. And if you scroll down the page, you can see this is the Post Grid Pro version, and to enable it, you have to enter the license key. So click on this, and then from here, go to plugin license, enter your license key, and then save changes. So there you go, as you can see, successfully activated. Excellent. And now let's start building our blog. So for this, we go to pages. And as you can see, the only page we have at the moment is privacy policy, so you can delete that all together. Okay. And now we're going to create our home page. So add new page. And let's call this one home, and let's save it for now. So publish. Very good. And right here on top, as you can see, we have the Post Grid, and this is what we're going to use to build our home page. So if you click on this, as you can see, you have all these different layouts that you can choose from. So again, these are pro versions, and this one is free. So again, this is really up to you to decide which version you want to install on your website, obviously, And as you can see by the side, you have different types of topics. You have art and culture, blog, business, fashion, furniture, etc., etc. And if you scroll down, you can have a preview and see what they look like. So let's say if you wanted to build a blog related to recipes or food or something like this, you have those two here that you can select from. So all you have to do is hover on top. If you wanted to have a complete preview, click on this. It will open up in a new tab, and then you'll know exactly if this is suitable or not. Now again, they say this is for food or recipe and all that. Now it doesn't have to be, you can use this for something else, obviously, this is really up to you. You can customize everything start to finish regardless, So let's go back here for a minute. So as you can see by the side, we have starter layout. So these are ready-made layouts that you can use immediately. So this is going to save you a lot of time. Now, if you want to have full control over it and you want to design your own template exactly the way you want, well, you can use the pre-made section. So as you can see, you have grid, grid hover, list, and slider. And if you scroll down, basically you can use any of those sections to build your home page. So again, as you can see, absolutely amazing ready-made templates that you can use, and they all look very professional indeed. So let's pretend that we want to import a starter layout here. So let's click on this and let's pretend we want to build a blog related to tech or maybe something like this. Okay, so as you can see, you have technology. If you click on this one, there's only one available. You can use it, or again, like I said, you can use any of the other ones and then customize it as you see fit, obviously, So let's have a look under business, what's in there. So you have gadget here, which is also technology or IT. So feel free to select any of those, So I'm just going to go ahead maybe with this one here. Okay, so we click import. So let's scroll down the page and discover this. So as you can see, this is completely black. There's nothing here, nothing there either. So we have the sections created, but there's obviously no content because we don't have any blog post on our website. The only one that's displaying, that's the default one, hello world. So let's go ahead with this. So what I would advise you to do is to have multiple tabs opened at the same time. So now we can go to the WordPress dashboard, and if you go to post, as you can see, all we have is hello world, which is just a sample blog, obviously, So what you can do is basically delete this one altogether, and now we can import some content. Now, for the sake of our tutorial here, what I'm going to do is to install a plugin to create dummy content. So I'm going to go to plugins, add new plugin, and here look for dummy content, and it's always very helpful to see what the finished product looks like while you have a bit of content, obviously, So there's a couple of options here. You have this one, WP dummy content generator, and FakerPress. So FakerPress is the one I've been using for years, but I find this one a lot better because this one will import a picture with all your blog posts, which is what we need obviously in the front end. So I'm going to use this one for now. Okay, so install now and then activate. And now you have this extra tab here by the side, dummy content generator, and I'm going to generate post. Okay, so I'll click on this one. And right here, you're going to select how many posts you want. I'm going to create maybe 30 of them, okay? Select a date perhaps from maybe 3 months ago up until today. And then right here, tick this box here if you want to generate featured image, okay? So this is the important bit, which FakerPress doesn't have. So this is why I decided to install this one and then generate post. And this will only take a few seconds. As you can see, this is almost done already. There you go. Now, if you go to your post, as you can see, you have all these created, 30 different items. So if you go back to your page here and click update just in case and refresh, we have a totally different feel. As you can see now, we have posts being loaded up and displaying on our page. If you scroll down, you have all these blog posts, and to be honest, the website is almost finished already at this point. Our homepage is almost done. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. We created a blog post that looked very professional in just a few clicks of the mouse. So let's go back on top and let's customize this ourselves now. So if you click on any of those sections, perhaps this one here, as you can see by the side, you have all these settings that you can use to customize each and every section. Now again, I'm using the pro version here, so I have all of these available. If you were to use the free version, I think you can only select layout 1, 2, and 3. So again, this is really up to you. If you want to use any of those others here, you will need the pro version, okay? So now you can customize this as you see fit. At the moment we have layout 3, but if you wanted to change this maybe to this, as you can see, we have a different feel altogether, or perhaps this one or this one. Again, this is really up to you. You can design that exactly the way you want. So let's go back to layout 3. I think this is absolutely fine the way it is. Now, if you scroll down the page, there is more options. As you can see, we selected this layout here, so it's 3 columns by 2 rows, but you can customize this as well. As you can see, how many columns do you want? Maybe you want 3 columns, maybe 4, maybe 5. And as you can see, it will adjust the layout here accordingly. So let's leave it at 2. This is fine as well. Now, how do you want to align the text? To the left, centered, maybe to the right. Where do you want to display it? At the bottom, on top, in the middle, or at the bottom? So this is again fully customizable in just a few clicks using those features here. So if you keep scrolling down, as you can see, you have the query build. So what is this exactly? Well, this is our hero section. So this is the first thing that your visitors will see. So if you wanted to display specific posts or specific categories or anything like this, well, basically you can narrow down your searches here in the results using the query build. So which is the source? Is it your post? Is it your pages? Well, in our case here, it would be blog post, obviously, you know. So you only include, so here, as you can see, you have the ID. So where do you fetch the ID? If you wanted specific post, well, you go back to your blog post here. And if you hover on any of them, as you can see, the ID is displayed here by the side. So this would be ID 42. And this one 70. So let's insert those two perhaps, okay? So we said 42, comma, and 70. And there you go. As you can see, we have this one here and that one. And these are exactly our two blog posts like we have them here. And then it works the other way around as well. You can display them all except some, okay? So if you didn't want to display 42 and 70, you can insert them here. You can limit the amount of posts that you want to display. So right here, if you go back on top, as you can see, we have 2 columns. But if you were to add maybe 5 columns, you would have to limit this to 5, obviously, you know, because you need more blog posts to display here side by side as well. Now to display 5, we need obviously to remove those. And there you go. As you can see, now we have 5 of them being displayed side by side. So now perhaps you want to display a specific category, maybe everything related to iPhones, maybe something related to tablets or something like this. You can easily do so as well by applying filters. So as you can see, by categories or by tags. So if you go back here to your blog post, as you can see, we have categories. So these are sample categories, and tags is the same. And this way you can display exactly what you want in the front end. So if you select category, for instance, click on this, you can select any categories here. So I'm just going to go with this one as an example. And there you go. These are all from the same category here. Okay, so this is how easily you can do so. Now you can have multiple categories as well, maybe this one and this one as well. So as you can see, it's going to mix and match the results as well. So this could be or and as well as a condition. So it could be or this or that, or this and that. So this is really up to you. So I'm just going to remove this for now. And then you have more options here. Obviously, you can limit this by author, by keyword, by start and end date. And then you can define how you want to display them by date, by author, by title, alphabetically, or by numbers, you know. And here you can sort them ascending or descending. So this is absolutely amazing, guys. You know, you can really do whatever you want in the front end with all these options. Very good. So next we have the filter, and this is to help your visitors find exactly what they want in the front end. So you have taxonomy. So this is usually for your categories and tags, author, order by filter, sort order filter, and search filter. So if I was to add the search filter, as you can see, you have a search feature here. Add it now, okay? Now if you can have the sort order filter, now is ascending or descending, as you can see. Or you can do that by taxonomies as well. So, and this will help your visitors search by specific categories, as you can see. So this is really up to you if you want to add this in the front end or not. And then you have pagination as well. So what is this exactly? Well, if you have more than one pages to display, you will see a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and 5. And then an arrow up and down on the side, you know, to go from one page to the other. But I don't think this applies to us in this context. And then we have links. So what is this exactly? As you can see, how are you going to link this? Basically, post link to the page itself, single pop-up or multiple pop-up. So what's the difference? Well, if you go to single pop-up, let me show you what it does. Okay, it's probably easier. Let's go back to the home page and refresh. So if I click on this, it will open this in a pop-up window. Okay, now if you select the other one, it will basically go to the page itself. So if I click update, refresh, and let's go back here, now it's going to bring me to the landing page of this blog post itself. Okay, so that's really up to you what you want to do with it. You know, either option is absolutely fine. So now there is more settings on top. If you click on this, as you can see, you can define what you want to show. Which fields do you want to display? Section title, the post title, a post thumbnail, an excerpt, and so on and so on. So let me show you how easily you can enable or disable this. If you don't want to show the title here, if you use the toggle switch, there you go. It's not displaying the title. It's very simple, isn't it? You want to show the section title? Click on this. It will show the section title right here. Obviously, you can customize all the colors as well using the style feature here. And we're going to cover this in a moment, okay? So as you can see, you have the date. Maybe you don't want to add the date. Maybe you just want the author, and that's it. Maybe you want to add the tags as well or something like this. You know, as you can see, you can easily enable or disable that here by the side. Now you have the post title. So if you click on this, more features. So you have full control, like I said, over everything literally on your blog post here, your homepage and every section. Okay. So you can crop the title as well. As you can see, this one is on 2 lines. This one is on 1 line. Maybe you want this to be limited to maybe 5 words or something like this. You can easily do so, 5. And as you can see, words, okay? Or the amount of characters, maybe 15 characters or 20 or something like this, And now you have an even distribution all along. And as you can see, the title visibility style in 2 lines, 1 line, 3 lines, or custom. Again, this is really up to you to decide which one is best for your website, obviously, Now we have the thumbnail. So the thumbnail is our image, obviously, Which one are you going to select? Is it the featured image or the first image in your content? So again, this is really up to you to set which one do you want. The image size, the height as well. So you can customize this, obviously, Maybe you want it to be smaller, maybe even bigger, whichever way, So maybe 385, let's try 385 perhaps, okay? So do you want to add an animation when it loads? Zoom in, zoom out, slide right, slide left, or none. So by default, I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's zoom in at the moment, but maybe slide right. As you can see, it will move differently. Again, this is just a matter of preferences, It depends on how you want to design your website. So I'm just going to keep zoom in. So lightbox, default, show or hide. So what is this exactly? Well, for this, it's easier to go into the front end. Let me show you. Basically, if you hover on top, you have the plus sign. If I click on this, it will open up like this. This is basically what is called a lightbox, okay? And then you can go from one to the other. And if you click on the title, you will go to the blog post itself. Now it's up to you if you want to enable it or not. If you hide it, as you can see, it will not use lightbox mode. So that's basically it, Again, it's just a matter of preferences. And then we have the metadata, which is very important, obviously, for SEO purposes. And here you can configure everything exactly the way you want. Again, when you want to display the metadata by default, meta separator, show a meta icon, etc., etc. As you can see, the author setting right here, we have by and then David Garrett. But maybe you would like to add maybe written by, okay, or something like this, that's again up to you. If you scroll down, you have category and tag settings. Again, you can customize this exactly the way you want. And then finally, we have the styling feature. So for every item on your section here, you can customize the color, the font size, and everything, So if you go to the post title, which is this one here, let's start with this one. As you can see, you can select the typography. So typography, it's a fancy word for font. If you click on this, as you can see, you can select your font size. If you want to transform it as well, maybe lowercase, capital letters, uppercases, and so on, spacing in between them and so on. So if you wanted to increase the size of the font, basically use the up and down arrow here. Or if you want to reduce it, maybe it's smaller, that's really up to you, So right here we have the borders as well, the alignment, and so on and so on. So everything here is pretty self-explanatory. So let's have a look at our thumbnail now. So right here, as you can see, you have the overlay style. Clearly there is an overlay color on top of this. Now, depending on your branding, maybe you're using different colors for your company or something like this, you might want to change this, All you have to do is click on it and then select your color, okay? So it could be green, it could be red, whichever color you're using in your company, your business, or whatever, So let's say if I wanted to go with a bright blue like this, all you have to do is basically this, and there you go. Now you have it, So right here you have the border radius. So this is basically to round those corners a little bit. So you can make this a little bit bigger, maybe a bit smaller. Maybe you want them to be with a square edge all together like this, That again, it's really up to you, If you want to customize it differently, feel free to change those settings here. And then if you scroll down, you have 3 more options. You have metadata, card, and main wrapper, but these are roughly all the same options. So there's no need to cover that, obviously, And then you can do the same with all your different sections. If you scroll down the page and click on this one, again, as you can see, this is a grid hover layout. And again, same principle. You can select what type of layout you want to display, the query build, the filters, and so on, okay? So as you can see, behind those sections here, we have a black background. If you wanted to change the color, click on it. And basically here you can change the settings, If you go to advanced, you go to background, this is your color, and you can change this accordingly as well. So let's say maybe your branding is more in purple or something like this. Feel free to select any color that suits your company branding, as I said, or whatever, So this is basically it. Now if I click update, let's go back to the home page and refresh. And there you go, guys. You can see a totally different feel, and this is how you can customize basically your hero section. So if you scroll down the page, as you can see, you have different types of sections here, and they're all different types of layouts, but the principle remains the same. So if you were to customize this one here by the side, basically go here, let's scroll down the page, click on this. As you can see, this is a list layout, so slightly different. As you can see, this one is a grid layout, okay, grid hover layout, and this one is a list. So it's about the same principle. You can set which layout you want. You can set up your query build, filter for the front end, pagination, links, and advanced. And again, this is the exact same principle, okay? And then basically do the same with all the sections on your website, okay? So let's say if there's something you don't want on your website, you can easily delete it as well, you know? So let's say you don't want this section here, or maybe another one, whichever it is. All you have to do is basically select it. So let's say this one here in the middle, you don't want it. Click on it, this, delete. There you go, it's gone now, okay? So this is as easy as that. Now if you want to bring it back, go to the arrow, and there you go, it's going to be brought back. Now if you scroll down, there it is. This is our section again, you know. Now if you wanted to insert one that's non-existent at the moment, maybe something in between those two, you can easily do so as well. Click on the plus sign here, and as you can see, you can add a row, the post grid, slider layout, and so on and so on, or you can browse them all just like this, okay? And as you can see, they'll be here by the side. So what do you want to display? A grid layout, a list layout, a grid hover layout, maybe a title, section, table of content, and so on and so on. Or you could insert maybe a different pre-made section as well, you know. If you go back here, click on pre-made section, and again, this is part of the pro version, you know, but all you have to do now is to basically click on any of them, and it will add it to your page. So let's select one here together, maybe here, okay, then import. And there you go, you will import it into your page, and now you have to move it. Obviously, you will add it at the bottom of your page, and now you can move it up or down using those arrows. So let's bring this up, maybe just underneath that section that we said. No, that's the other one. And there you go, guys. Okay, so you have this section here with the slider, and then this one underneath with your most popular post. And again, same principle. All you have to do is click on it, select the layout, and set up all your rules here. Go to your settings and stylize everything as you see fit. And as always, don't forget to click update from time to time to save your work. Let's go back to the home page and refresh here, make sure everything is displaying fine. And as you can see, this is our main slider, left and right, okay? So you can just grab this, and if you scroll down, you have your most popular, which is the one we just added. So as you may have noticed, you have some social media icons here, and also your daily newsletters. You can customize this as well, obviously, you know. So if you go back to your page, where is it now? Here, as you can see, if you click on these, this is a different block altogether. This is the overall block, but if you click on them individually, as you can see, it's a block called Facebook, and this is the Facebook label. And then you can add your link to your landing page, and the same with Twitter, which is X now, obviously, you know, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Google. Now, if you don't use some of them, or if you want to add another one, you can easily do so. Let's remove Google here as an example, okay? So if you click on it, as you can see, this is basically the button. If you go here, those three dots, delete. So this one is gone, and this one's going to take the whole width, and now you can easily add one as well, you know. So all you have to do now is to click on the plus signs, and the plus sign should be there, and then select your icon, okay? So as you can see, this is called social icon. So click social, and then you can select the one that you want. So you can browse them all, and then you can select any of those social media icons. You can see there's loads of them, you know. Feel free to select the one that you want to add, obviously. So I'm just going to add TikTok here as an example, or maybe Twitch. Okay, there you go. Now we have Twitch, and it will automatically fetch the actual color of the platform itself. Okay, so there you go. And then all you have to do is click on it, and then add the link. Click enter, and that's basically it. Okay, so this is how you can customize your social media icons here as well. Very good. So let's close this now. Very good. So let me show you another feature that's pretty handy. So let's say if you wanted to break the flow when your visitors are scrolling down the page, you can see this one has a dark background, and then it's white, and then again white. And if you have loads of blocks like this, you know, it's hard to keep track. So maybe you want to add a different background color to this one here, okay, or something like this. You can easily do so as well. So you go back here, now scroll down the page and find that block here. Okay, so this is the one. So if you click on the outer layer, completely outer layer, this one, not the block itself, not the grid layout, but the outer layer itself, as you can see, this is called a row, the post grid row, and this is part of the same plugin as well. And right here, as you can see, you have your row settings on the width, how many columns, and the gap that you can add. And then if you go to advanced, this is where you can set everything up and change the background color. As you can see, you have background here. Click on this, click on the color, and then you can select any color that you want, obviously, you know. So let's say if I wanted to add maybe a beige or something like this, you know, just like that, all you have to do is select the color, go back here, click update. Let's go back here and refresh. As you can see now, we have a lovely color in the background. So again, this is an available option that you might want to make use of. So now, as you may have noticed, there's a little gap here in between those two. So we can remove that very easily. You know, you go back here and it's not part of this one, it's part of the previous one. So click on this section here, okay, the one here, okay, and then you go to style. And then this is the main wrapper. And as you can see, there's a 50 pixel added at the bottom of this. So if you remove this now, as you can see, there's no gap, and you could go even a negative amount here, maybe -5, let's say, okay, just like this, update. Let's go back here and refresh. And now look at this, guys, how beautiful this is. It looks very, very, very professional indeed. So this is basically how you can customize your homepage and add all these different sections with all your different blog posts. So if you go on top now, as you can see, we don't have a menu section and we don't have a footer section either. All we have is this copyright claim here, which is not really what we want. So let me show you how you can do so now. And for this, again, we go back to the WordPress dashboard, and this time we go to appearance and we go to customize. And then I'm going to click on the header section here. As you can see, if you hover on top, this is basically it. Click on the small pencil. And this is how you can customize your header section. Right here, you can add whatever you want. You know, as you can see at the moment, you have the site logo and the title, and we have primary menu. So there is no menu at the moment. But don't worry, you can customize that very easily. Now you can add whatever item that you want. Maybe you want this to be here, okay? And maybe you want to add something here, maybe a call to action button, maybe your social media icons or something like this. Again, this is really up to you, okay? So if you were to add a button here, this could be a call to action button or whatever it is, okay? So in our case here, I don't think a call to action button would be suitable, so we can just remove it, but I'm just showing you the option just in case you want to make use of this. And what we can do is to position the menu section again here towards the end, okay? Now, as you can see, you have 3 different sections, so maybe you want to add a bit of text here, maybe you want to add your address, phone number, maybe email address, or maybe some social media icons. You can easily do so right here as well, you know, your social media icons. Now it's really up to you. Feel free to customize this as you see fit. Like I said, we have different sections. Again, feel free to design this exactly the way you want. I'm just going to keep it simple for the sake of this tutorial here. So we'll have our site title and logo and the primary menu right here. So let's change the logo now. So we're going to publish for now, okay, just in case. Click on this. And right here, you can select the logo. So click on that, select the file, and upload the image that you have. So I'm just going to go into pictures here. I have a Mr. Web logo. So maybe I'll use this one, okay? So open, and then select, and then skip cropping. Very good. As you can see, it is displaying here. Now it's way too big. So use the slider here to reduce the size and have it just about right, okay? So I would say maybe just about this size. You don't want it too big or too small either, you know? Now, as you can see, you have the title next to it. We don't need this, obviously, you know. So if you scroll down, site title, you can remove this altogether. This is just in case you don't have a logo, you can type it manually. And now let me show you how you can create the menu section here. So for this, we're going to open a new tab here, and we go to appearance, we go to menus, and we're going to create a new menu altogether, okay? So menu structure, we'll give it a name, okay? So let's call this maybe main menu, and this is going to be our primary menu, okay? And then create. Very good. So as you can see, now we have it created, and now we can add items to our section here. So we could add maybe our different categories, okay? So we have this. I'm just going to select them very quickly here, add to menu, okay? So we could have them like that. So let's click save. Let's go back here and refresh. As you can see, these are our different categories. So if I click on this, these are all the blog posts related to that category. This is another one, and so on and so on. And I think this is absolutely fine already. So we can go back to the home page. Okay, very good. And we're going to add the home page obviously as well. So add this, and then now you can reposition this and put it first. Very good. And then I'm going to change and add a capital letter to all of these very quickly. There you go. And all you have to do is click Save Menu. And let's go back again and refresh. And there you go, as you can see, home, and then all these different categories. So all these are primary links, but you could have categories and subcategories as well. So if you go back here, if I was to create a custom link as an example here, I'm going to put a hashtag. So this is not going anywhere. And I'm going to put blog categories, okay? Add to menu. So I'm going to bring this one on top here, just underneath. And this one, I'm going to indent it, as you can see. So this is category, subcategories, okay? Let's go like this, like this, like this. Now save menu. Let's go back here and refresh. And as you can see, you have home and then blog categories, and then you have them like this, okay? So again, this is really up to you, whichever way you want to display it. Maybe you have plenty of different categories. Maybe you can break them down in different subcategories as well. All together the same, you know, this is based on your own personal requirements, whichever way you prefer. And then if you wanted to add by tags, maybe you can click on top here, and as you can see, you have different options. You can see tags here, you have format as well, and so on, you know. So if I close this now, as you can see, all the tags are displaying here. So you could add them as well, you know. So what we could do is a custom link again, hashtag here, tags, add to menu, okay, and then all the tags, we can select them just like this, add them to menu, and then indent them just like this, okay? And now we have categories, subcategories, and this is how you can create your menu section. So let's go back here, refresh, and now you can display them by categories or by tags. So I just realized that we don't have the logo here is because I didn't click publish here. So let's publish this together. Excellent. So we can go back here and refresh. And there you go. So this is working. So normally if you click on the logo, it should bring you back to the home page. This is not the case. What you need to do is go back to the WordPress dashboard. Again, this time we're going to go to settings and then reading. Here, the static page, set a static page as your home page and select the home page. Okay, then save changes. There you go. Now if you go back here, click on the logo. This is our home page. Okay, so you can click on the link here or the logo. Both ways will bring us back to our home page. Okay, now as you can see, there's a big gap in between the header and the page itself. We have the page title here, which is redundant. Basically, we don't need that, obviously, you know. So again, we go back to the customizer here, go back to the main section, and you go look for page, single page. And as you can see, page title area, use the toggle switch, hide it basically, okay? That's basically it. Then we go to design, and as you can see, you have margin, top, right, bottom, and left. We're gonna put set this to 0, just like this. And as you can see, now this is gone, so publish. And again, as always, let's put this to the test. So we go back to our website here and refresh. And there you go, that looks perfect now. So this is the header and menu section taken care of. And now all we need to do is to design the footer section. So as always, we go back here now and scroll down the page. And this is our footer section. So all you have to do is basically click on the main container itself. And as you can see, now you can start designing exactly what you want. Okay, so you have the copyright claim. So you might want to keep this, you know, there's no harm keeping it. But right here, maybe you want to add a small about us section with your logo. And maybe here a menu section, maybe with different categories, and here maybe all the different tags and link back to the different blog posts. Okay, so we could do so very easily. So right here, we're going to add a logo and a border section. Okay, so I'm going to call this one widget 1. Okay, and then here we're going to add a menu. So we're going to add widget 2 and this one widget 3. Okay, now if you need more than 3 columns, you can easily do so by selecting this here. Okay, so I could 4. Or maybe 2 or 1, and that's basically how you can change that. Okay, so for now we have widget 1, 2, and 3, so we can publish. And now to customize these, we go back to the WordPress dashboard, we go to appearance, we go to widgets. This is basically where you will find them. Okay, as you can see here, you will find footer builder widget 1, 2, and 3, which is exactly what we have here, widget 1, 2, and 3. And now you can customize this from here. All you have to do is to expand. Click on the plus sign. So let's add maybe our logo first. So we have the image and upload. We're going to select from the media library. So this is the one we have here. So select, and use the handle here to resize it properly, okay? So maybe just like that, okay? And underneath we add a bit of text, so a paragraph, and here you can type basically a short about a section. So let me do that quickly. So perhaps something like this, you know, this blog is dedicated to all things tech. We cover mainly all new items that are being released on the market, or something like this, you know. So if you click update now and go back to the front end and refresh, you will see that now we have a footer section already. So I've missed the web and the about us section. And right here, we can add our widgets as well. Okay, so like we said, we're going to add a menu section here, a menu section there. So if we go back to the WordPress dashboard, this time we go to appearance and we go to menus again. And we're going to create two new menus, footer 1 and footer 2. Okay, so create new menu, give it a name. So footer 1, create, and we're going to create another one, footer 2. Okay. And then footer 1 could be perhaps all our categories, and footer 2 could be all the tags, okay? So footer 2, I'm going to select the tags, select all, add to menu, save, and let's select footer 1, and these are all our categories, okay? Categories, select all the categories that you have, add them to menu, save menu, and now we can go back to our widgets here and select widget 2. And here we're going to add a menu. Okay, so select menu, navigation menu. This is the one. And now select which menu you want to display. As you can see, footer 1. And here we're going to put a title, categories. Okay, and do the same with the other one, footer 3 plus. So it's a navigation menu. Let me scroll down a little bit. This is the one here. Give it a title, tags, and select footer 2. Okay, now update. Let's go back here, refresh. And there you go, guys. You can see you have all different categories and all the tags. Excellent. So let me show you another feature that comes with the post grid. So if you go back to the WordPress dashboard, the post grid, as you can see, you have all grids, add new grid, and template builder. So if you click on this one, you can now create your own custom post grid. So I'm just going to put here custom post grid. Okay, just like this. And then if you scroll down, you have all these different options. So where are you going to fetch this, from the post or from your pages? And then right here, as you can see, you can select which post you want to display, or which one you want to hide, how many you want to display, start from a certain number, and set your advanced filters as well based on taxonomies, orders, author, status, search, or date range. And for the taxonomy, again, is based on categories or tags, okay? And then if you scroll down, this is basically what it will look like. So it's a quick preview of the finished product. And again, you can create as many as you want and set them up exactly the way you want. And this way you can reuse them on multiple pages. Now with the theme builder as well. So once you have created your grid, you can create a single page, post archive, author archive, search archive, and create them exactly the way you want. So this could be for your internal pages. So if you go back to our home page here and open one of them, this is basically the landing page. So this is the single page, okay? And now you can customize this fully as well. So if you go back here, as we said, we go to single, add new, and this is basically where you're going to select it, okay? So custom single, there you go, and in Gutenberg, okay? So we're going to set this as default as well, so save. And now we can edit in Gutenberg, okay? And now you can start designing your single page exactly the way you want. So all you have to do is to click on the plus sign. As you can see by the side, those on top are all from the post grid. So you can add all these related to a single post. So it could be the post title, the thumbnail, post content, post meta, and post icon share maybe, you know, and comments as well. So now you can design exactly what you want and the way you want it. So if you scroll down the page, you might find something related to design the columns maybe as well, you know. So let's add maybe 2 columns here, just like this, okay? 50-50, one here and one there. So let's add something in this one. Let's browse all, and let's add maybe the post title anyways. We need the title. Let's add perhaps the thumbnail as well. And on this end, we're going to add perhaps maybe the content itself, okay? So we're going to go and select post content. There you go. So let's add this. Very good. So this is slightly different, obviously, you know. And then here at the bottom, we can add maybe a new column, a single column, okay? Like this one, 100%. And inside this one, we can add maybe the comments section, post comment there, okay? So update. And now we go back here and then refresh. And as you can see, now that looks completely different. So if you go back to the home page again and click on this, as you can see, this is the landing page the way we've designed it. So again, you can customize literally everything. Now we need to add a little bit of gap here on top, I think, you know. So what we can do is basically go back here, select our section, okay, our styling feature here, and we're going to add a bit of margin on top, okay. So let's add a bit of margin, maybe just like this, maybe a bit more. Let's try this, okay. Let's go back here and refresh. Yeah, maybe a little bit more, okay. So perhaps maybe just like up to here, maybe 5, okay. Update, and let's see. And there you go, that'll do fine. So there you go, guys. This is how you can customize your single page as well. Now, if you go back here, as you can see, we have single, post archive, author archive, etc., etc. So feel free to customize each and every one of them, obviously. Very good. So now let me show you how to enable front-end submission. So basically, anyone going to your website could submit blog posts that you can display on your website, okay? So we go to the post grid, we go to settings, we go to my account, and as you can see here, you need to choose a page, a my account page. So we have to create that together now. So what you need to do is to fetch this shortcode here, okay? So Control-C, and now we go and create a new page. So we go to pages, all pages. I'm going to open this in a new tab, and let's create a new page. Let's call this one Frontend Submission, okay? Just like this. And then here underneath, we're going to add a shortcode block. Okay, so short code, that's the one here. And I'll paste it here, just like that. Okay, so publish. Very good. So we go back here now, and now we refresh. Very good. And now we can select our page. So front-end submission. So submitted post status. Do you want them pending for review, draft, private, or publish immediately? I would highly recommend you review them, but that's really up to you, you know. You can limit the size of those images that are being uploaded. So 1 megabyte is 1024 kilobytes. So you can multiply that by 2, by 3 or 4 if you want to increase the size, obviously, you know. And then when your visitors delete something, do you want them to go to trash or delete forever? That's really up to you again. You know, after this, save changes, okay? And now we can go to our page. So if you go to pages again, front-end submission. So let's view this in a new tab. And this is what it looks like, okay? So basically your visitors can now upload their post and create them immediately on your website. So obviously I am the admin here. So I have 32 posts created already. I have them available here. And then it will be the exact same for your visitors. As you can see how many you've published, how many drafts, how many are pending, and so on and so on. So as you can see, you can turn this website into a multi-user platform very easily, simply by enabling this feature here. So how does this work? Well, it's very easy. All you have to do is to log into your website and then submit the post, and right here enter all the content, you know, title, content, excerpt, category, tags, and the image, submit post, and then it will be sent for review, and then you can enable it in the backend yourself. So now let's address how you can monetize your website. Well, it's very easy. The first one obviously is Google AdSense. So if you go back to the home page and have a quick look, if you scroll down, as you can see, you have this spot here, this advertisement spot that you can use. You can insert more, obviously. So you could have sponsors. You can contact different companies and all that and tell them, look for an insert here that will be linked back to your website or your special offer. I charge this much or whatever, you know. So you could have one here. You could add maybe another one here and perhaps have them all over your page. And this is basically the first source of income, obviously. The more traffic you get, the more clicks you will get, and the more conversion and the more money you will make from this as well. So now how do you manage those banners here? Well, it's very simple. You go back to your page, edit your page, you know, click on this, and as you can see, you have this icon here, and now you can insert your link, you know. So this could be an affiliate link or simply a link all together, and this way you will earn a residual income 24/7. So the next one is with affiliate marketing. So this is one of the best methods to earn money with a blog. So let's say if you were to cover gadgets like this one, you could have specific articles covering items that are maybe sold on Amazon as an example. So if you go to amazon.com here or .co.uk, depending where you're based in the world, you know, you can earn affiliate commissions very easily. All you have to do is to join their affiliate marketing program, and then after this you could cover maybe specific types of gadgets on your website, you know. So this could be maybe drones or something like this, and each product that are referred to your customers, if they purchase, well, you earn a commission. Another method would be suitable for someone who has a blog related to cuisine, recipes and things like this is maybe to sell ebooks. You know, you could sell ebooks with your recipes in it and people would be delighted to get access to this, obviously, you know. So there are a few different plugins available online for this. We're not going to cover this in this tutorial, but if you want to sell ebooks, PDF files, there's loads of them available anyways, you know. And finally, one of the best methods is by using email marketing. So you build your list and then you can sell them products via email. And for this, let me show you how to do that. We're going to use Omnisend, which is one of the best tools on the market at the moment. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. We go to plugins, add new plugin, and right here, look for Omnisend, just like this, okay? And here you will find two different plugins. So this one is for WooCommerce. So this is when you run an e-commerce website. This is not the case with us at the moment. And they have a second one. This is for newsletters, email marketing, SMS, and pop-ups by Omnisend. And this is the one that we need, okay? So click install and then activate. And as you can see by the side, we have a new tab here, Omnisend email marketing. Click on this. And now we need to connect our account, okay? So click on Connect Omnisend. And right here, as you can see, step to connect to Omnisend. First, you have to create an Omnisend account. So if you don't have that, click on this button here. And then from here, you can start using Omnisend for free. So as you can see, you can use your Shopify ID, your Google account, or with an email. So I already have a Gmail account here, so I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to agree. There you go. So this is me logged in into my account. So as you can see, I've created the account beforehand, obviously, you know. So good afternoon, David. And now we can go back here and we can now obviously connect the account. And for this, you need to create an API key and then copy and paste it here, okay? So go to the API key once you are logged in, okay? It's going to bring you to this page here. And as you can see, I already have a store connected from a previous tutorial, but you can easily add them by clicking on this link. So go to your account management here. And then you go to stores and then add a new store and then give it a name, okay? So I'm just going to call this one blog, okay? So you can add the website address. I'm just going to fetch it here, Control C and then Control V, choose the platform. So this one is WordPress without WooCommerce. So very important, obviously, you know? And then simply start typing your address. So 77 Lower Camden Street, that's the one here. And it will fill out the details automatically, okay? So keep scrolling down the page. So we need the city here, so it's Dublin. And now we can add the store, okay? Very good. So this is added and the plan is a free plan as well. And now that our store is connected, we can go back here and fetch the API key. So click on this link again. There you go. As you can see, connect your store to Omnisend. And right here, as you can see, this is the API key. So copy. Let's go back here and then paste it. And then connect Omnisend. Very good. So this is done now. Okay, so now let's set this up so we can create campaigns. You can insert a form as well to fetch all these emails and also their phone number if you want to text them. So let's go back to Omnisend here. And if you go to forms, so the first step is to launch a form. So for this, we're going to click on this button here, view other form types, and you can select among a lot of different options. So what is the aim here? As you can see, you can collect subscribers, stop product abandonment, or promote special offers. So in our case, we want new subscribers. So this is the one. And we want it maybe as a pop-up window as well. And this way, this will help us narrow down the results. So we can select any of those, obviously, you know. So let's try to find something that's suitable for us. So for us, it would be obviously maybe a subscription to our newsletter. So I found one here at the bottom. As you can see, this one is subscribe to our newsletter. So let's use this one, okay? So use template. Very good. So from here, it's very intuitive, very easy to use. As you will see by the side, you have all the different items that you can use to create your pop-up window here. This is the quick overview of what it looks like. And right there is all related to the different settings. So you have the behavior and the theme settings as well. Right here at the bottom, as you can see, you have different steps. So the first step is to display the form. So they will enter the email address. And after this, well, basically is the success page. Thank you for signing up to our mailing list. And then after this, if they wanted to click on it again, well, it will basically say that you are already subscribed. Okay, now you can add multiple steps as well if you wanted to. So you could have a next step, as you can see, step 2 here. And in step 2, you could fetch maybe their mobile number. And this way you could send them text messages or something like this, which is also very, very efficient when it comes to marketing. So this is really up to you if you want to use this step or not. At the moment, I'm just going to remove it. It's just to show you how this works, okay? So right here, how do you design it? As you can see on top with an image, subscribe to our newsletter, and so on and so on. So basically the text here, all you have to do is to click on it, and then you can type whatever, type your text here. Okay, so this is very simple to use, again, super user friendly, and obviously by the side you have all the styling features. So you could have maybe a different type of font, the size, the line height, the color, add some padding all around it. So these are pretty self-explanatory, and the same with the layout. Obviously, you can change the background color if you wanted to. So again, super easy to use here. So once you have this designed, you can go to the success page and you can customize this as well, and then we need to take care of our settings here by the side. So first is scheduling. So do you want to always show the form, maybe from a specific date and end at a specific date, or select start and end dates, so this is very handy as well. So how do you want to display this? So this is very important, this one, obviously, So when someone goes to your website, maybe you want them to visit a certain amount of pages. Maybe after they visited maybe 3 or 4 of your different blog posts, you might want to display it. So let's say if they visited maybe 4 pages, then it will show up. Or maybe how much time they spent on your page. So if they land on your home page and they start scrolling up and down the page and so on, maybe after, let's say, 10 seconds spent on your website, you want to show the pop-up window. So let's leave it at 3 for now, okay? Or maybe the scroll depth. So maybe after they've reached 20%. So if I start here and I start scrolling, maybe once I reach this section here, 20%, it would show up. Okay, so that's again up to you. And then you have the exit intent. So if I'm here on your website and I say, I'm not too interested and I want to click on the X to exit of your website, well, basically this pop-up window will show up. And again, depending on the type of situation here, you can design different types of pop-up windows as well, So after this, we have also the targeting feature here. So is it for all visitors? Don't show to existing contacts, or show to existing contacts. So this is really up to you. Maybe all visitors. What I would select personally myself is this one. Don't show to existing contacts. If they already subscribe to your newsletters, there's no need obviously to show it again. It will just annoy them, And then you can target specific pages. So appears on URL or does not appear on URL. Open this, add the URL, and that's basically it. Okay. So next we have the visibility. So do you want to display that on all devices, on tablets, on mobile phones, on desktop PCs and laptops, or maybe desktop only or mobile only? Again, this is really up to you. So what I would do maybe is all devices. Okay. And then we have the frequency. So this might not apply to our situation here, but depending on the type of pop-up window you're going to create, you might want to use it. As you can see, don't show again after interacting with the form for a day or hours, and then you can put the amount here, maybe for 2 days or 3 days. So basically you don't want to be harassing your visitors and keep showing them the same pop-up window, which is very annoying, and all it's going to do is to frustrate them, obviously, So you might want to make use of this as well. And then we have the A/B test, which is absolutely amazing. So basically, if you open this window, you can create 2 different versions of the same pop-up and see which one works best. So again, for the newsletters here, you might want to try this and see how much results you get with one or the other. Maybe change the title, maybe change the background image, or something like this. Okay, so I'm just going to close for now. So let's go back to our main screen now. And once you're done with the design, all you have to do is to click save and close. But in our case, we're going to click enable. But before you do that, because in the next step, you can have a follow-up email as well. So if you wanted to offer, let's say, subscribe to our newsletter, and as a result, they get maybe a free PDF or something like this, So in this case, all you have to do is type the text here. So there you go again. That's what I've done. I've replaced the image here on top. The title will say receive our free ebook, How to Build Websites with WordPress. And then here, subscribe to get a free ebook and updates sent directly to your inbox. And now that we're done with the design, all you have to do is to enable it. Okay, so let's click on enable. Very good. And as you can see, one last step, send the discount. So it's not a discount that we're going to send, obviously. In our case, it's going to be an ebook. So it's the same principle, So set up a welcome workflow. So as you will see, this is absolutely amazing. So you have the initial action, the waiting time, and then the trigger basically, and then what happens afterwards. So let's continue to the setup here. So as you can see, you want to use SMS as well, or just email. So that's really up to you, I'm just going to use email here. In this case, it's easier to show on screen, and then start workflow, and then show my workflow. Very good. So as you can see, this has been enabled. So the first email is sent 1 minute after the customer signs up. Okay. So I'll click on those buttons here. We're going to edit this now and configure the content, obviously. So if someone goes on your website and then they scroll down the page by 20%, it will show up on the screen, and then they subscribe, they enter the email address. How long do you want to wait? So it could be longer, you know, you could maybe wait 5 minutes or something like this. So it could be minutes, could be hours, could be days, weeks, months, or immediately, or a specific time. So as you can see, we have all options covered here. And then right there is the email itself. So now we need to design that email, obviously, you know. So we're going to edit the content of the email. So edit content. So as you can see here, this is your logo, a bit of text. You could link this back to your website and you have all sorts of information here. Now you can customize this obviously very easily. So what we need to do is to add our logo. So let's do that together. So I'm just going to replace this with my own. So let's upload that together, browse file, and let's select Mr. Web, open, upload. Very good. So let's select this one. And now you can use the handles here to make it bigger or smaller, okay? And then change the content here. So maybe thank you for signing up to our newsletter. Here is the link to your PDF file, okay? And then you have the button here. As you can see, this is visit our website. It could be something else. It could be download PDF now. So we're going to change the text here. So download ebook. Okay, just like this. And now we need to add a link. So I'm just going to remove this here all together and we're going to put our own address. So we go back here, okay? And now we go to media and then add a new media, select file, and then upload the PDF file itself. So this is the one here, so open. And as you can see, now it's being uploaded. And then if you click on this now, as you can see, this is your URL, okay? So click on this, so copy URL to clipboard. And now if we go back here, we can insert the URL here, just like this, okay? And now they can click on this and they will download the PDF file automatically. And then carry on with everything else, obviously, you know? So finish editing. And then here you can set up your trigger, exit condition, and so on, you know. So if you click on exit condition, as you can see, condition 1, you can select one as well. So maybe when the message is sent, when the message is opened or something like this, you know. And then you have the audience filter as well. So which audience do you want to target? A specific segment, a specific gender, or whatever, you know. So as you can see, it's a very comprehensive solution, you know. So I'll let you discover all the additional features here. Like I said, they're pretty self-explanatory anyway. So let's click update. And now we can close this. Very good. And we all set. So let's put this to the test. So the rule we had in place is after 3 seconds, it will show up, okay, on all the pages of your website. So let's put this to the test. So for this, I'm going to use an incognito page just to make sure I'm not logged in. So what I'm going to do is to refresh now. And normally when I reach 20% of the page and 3 seconds in, as you can see, boom, the pop-up window shows up. So receive our free ebook, How to Build Website with WordPress, and then subscribe. So now I can enter my email address. So hello@mrweb.tv. And then I say, keep me updated, and then subscribe. As you can see, success. Thank you for signing up to our mailing list. And now let's have a look at my mailbox. And here's the email I received. As you can see, I can download the ebook now. All you have to do is click on this. And boom, as you can see, I have access to my PDF file. And you see, you would upload the actual PDF file. This is just a sample PDF, obviously, you know. So there you go, guys. This is how you can build a very powerful blog, monetize it, and also grow your list thanks to OmniSend.